G'day, Mike here. Today we're peeling back the golden wrapper on a staple of Aussie kitchens, our beloved butter. For generations, butter has been at the heart of Australian breakfasts, baking and family meals. But what if I told you that the butter you're spreading on your toast might not be what you think? There's nothing like warm toast with real golden butter. That creamy richness, the unmistakable taste. It's a comfort food that connects us to our roots. But in recent years, the butter aisle has become a battleground of brands, all vying for your trust and your dollar. In Australia, the butter aisle is full of imposters. What looks like a simple choice between salted and unsalted is actually a minefield of misleading labels and confusing claims. Some products boldly display butter on the front, but a closer look at the fine print reveals a very different story. Clever marketing and legal loopholes mean many butters are actually blends, watered down with cheap oils and additives. The law allows products with as little as 50% real butter to be sold alongside the pure stuff, often with packaging that's nearly identical. It's a classic case of buyer beware. These spreads look and feel like butter, but they fall short in taste, texture, and cooking. Try frying an egg in a blend, and you'll notice the difference. Less browning, more splatter, and a flavor that just doesn't measure up. Bakers, too, know that only real butter gives pastries that perfect flake and richness. Often, you're paying nearly the same price for a product that's only half butter. Some brands bank on your trust, charging premium prices for what's essentially a watered-down version of the real thing. It's not just about money, it's about value, and about knowing what you're really getting. I spent weeks testing, reading labels, and grilling companies to get the facts. I compared ingredients, tracked down sourcing information, and even spoke to dairy farmers about what goes into making true Australian butter. The results were eye-opening. Today I'll show you what's really in your butter tub. From the color and texture to the ingredients you can't pronounce, we'll break down exactly what separates the real deal from the pretenders. We'll cut through the marketing spin and expose the truth. I'll show you how to spot the tricks brands use, like using gold foil, farm imagery, and words like creamy or natural, even when the product inside is anything but. If you care about taste, value, and what you're feeding your family, you need to know what's really going on. The slippery truth is that not all butters are created equal, and some are barely butter at all. So, before you reach for that familiar yellow tub, let's dive in and uncover the facts together. For generations, Bega has been a name synonymous with Australian dairy. Founded in the late 19th century in the lush Bega Valley of New South Wales, the company built its reputation on quality, tradition, and supporting local farmers. Aussies grew up trusting Bega for their cheese and butter, believing in the wholesome goodness behind the brand. But in recent years, that trust has been quietly eroded. Enter Bega Dairy Soft, a product that looks like the real deal, but hides a very different story inside. Despite the word dairy splashed across the label, Bega Dairy Soft is only 60% butter. The rest, a blend of canola oil, water, and a cocktail of emulsifiers and preservatives. This isn't the pure, creamy butter Aussies expect from Bega. What's worse, Bega Dairy Soft is sold at nearly the same price as pure block butter. The familiar branding and price point make it easy for shoppers to assume they're getting the same quality. But in reality, they're paying a premium for a diluted product. The problems don't stop at the checkout. In the kitchen, Bega Dairy Soft simply doesn't perform like real butter. Cakes come out dense and heavy, pastries lose their flakiness and turn greasy, and the delicate balance of classic recipes is thrown off by the added oils. Try frying with it, and you'll notice the difference immediately. Instead of that rich golden sizzle, you get a pool of oil and a greasy mess that clings to your food. And the taste, oily, bland, and lacking the depth and richness of real butter. Even on something as simple as bread, the difference is obvious and disappointing. This is a classic case of a trusted brand leveraging its reputation to sell a substandard product. Bega's Dairy Soft is marketed for convenience, but the real motivation is profit, using cheaper oils to cut costs while charging consumers more. If you want the true Bega quality that built the brand, stick to their block butter. It's made from pure cream, just as it always has been. Don't be fooled by familiar packaging or the word dairy. Always check the ingredients and look for 100% butter. Otherwise, you're paying top dollar for a watered-down, oil-laden spread that doesn't deliver on taste or performance. Skip the spreadable blends and go for the real thing. Your recipes, your family, and your taste buds will thank you for choosing genuine butter. In the end, real butter makes all the difference. Don't let a trusted name fool you into settling for less. Nuttelex Buttery is a masterclass in confusion, but its story goes much deeper than a misleading label. Founded in the 1930s, Nuttelex has long positioned itself as a dairy-free alternative, originally catering to those with allergies or dietary restrictions. Over the decades, it's become a staple in many Australian households, but not without controversy. The word buttery suggests dairy, but it's just margarine, a blend of vegetable oils, water, salt, and milk solids. The inclusion of milk solids means it's not even suitable for strict vegans, despite the brand's plant-based reputation. The packaging mimics real butter, with its yellow tones and blocky design, making it easy to grab by mistake, especially when it's shelved right next to genuine butter. Many shoppers think they're buying butter, only to discover a margarine blend at home. This confusion isn't accidental. It's a marketing tactic that's drawn criticism from consumer advocacy groups. At $6.50, it's not even a bargain, priced alongside real butter, but lacking in taste and performance. For years, Nuttelex has faced backlash for charging premium prices for what is essentially a margarine product. In cooking, it splits sauces and toughens pastries. Professional chefs and home bakers alike have reported poor results, with Nuttelex failing to deliver the richness and stability of real butter. The flavor is artificial, with a synthetic aftertaste that lingers. Blind taste tests consistently rank it below both butter and other margarines. Nuttelex thrives on shopper confusion, not quality. Consumer watchdogs have repeatedly called out the brand for blurring the lines between butter and margarine, leading to accidental purchases and frustration. If you want butter, buy butter. The difference in taste, texture, and cooking performance is undeniable. If you want margarine, buy margarine. There are plenty of options that are honest about what they are, and often at a better price. This hybrid fails at both. It doesn't deliver the health benefits of pure plant-based spreads, nor the culinary satisfaction of real butter. Don't let clever marketing trick you at the shelf. The controversy around Nuttelex is a reminder to always look past the branding. Read the label and get what you actually want. In a world of clever packaging and marketing spin, being an informed shopper is your best defense against the Nuttelex nuisance. Plant-based butters like Flora Plant Butter are everywhere, promising health, sustainability, and a guilt-free alternative to dairy. Supermarkets are dedicating more shelf space to these products, and the market for plant-based spreads has exploded in recent years, with sales in Australia alone growing by double digits annually. But look closer. These spreads are not simply butter made from plants. They're lab-made blends of refined oils like palm, sunflower, and canola, combined with emulsifiers, stabilizers, and synthetic vitamins to mimic the texture and color of real butter. The processing strips away most natural nutrients, leaving behind a product that's far from the wholesome image the packaging suggests. The packaging and price often mimic real butter, with some plant-based options costing even more than traditional dairy butter. This premium price is driven by marketing, not by superior ingredients or nutrition. On toast, plant butter spreads reasonably well, but in baking, the results are disappointing. The high proportion of processed oils makes baked goods greasy, and the lack of milk solids means you miss out on the rich flavor and structure that real butter provides. Pastries lack flakiness, cakes turn out dense and heavy, and the signature buttery aroma is noticeably absent. Scientific studies have shown that the unique fat composition of dairy butter is crucial for creating the light, airy textures in classic baked goods, something plant-based oils simply can't replicate. From a health perspective, plant butters are often marketed as heart-healthy due to their lack of cholesterol, but many contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess, can contribute to inflammation. Some brands also use palm oil, raising concerns about saturated fat content and environmental impact. For people with strict dietary needs, like vegans or those with dairy allergies, plant butter can be a necessary option. But for most consumers, it's a processed product that offers little nutritional advantage and often underperforms in the kitchen. Don't be fooled by clever branding and green packaging. The term plant butter is more about marketing than substance. Real butter delivers taste, texture, and culinary performance that these imitations simply can't match. Its natural composition and minimal processing have stood the test of time in kitchens around the world. Choose wisely for your recipes, your health, and your wallet. Sometimes, the real thing is still the best choice. Mainland Buttersoft promises spreadability, but that convenience comes with a hidden cost that many consumers overlook. The secret to its softness? Palm oil. It's cheap, solid at room temperature, and easy to blend into spreads. But it's a shortcut that sacrifices both flavor and texture. Instead of the creamy, rich taste you expect from real butter, you get a waxy, greasy mouthfeel and a lingering aftertaste that just doesn't belong. In the kitchen, it's even worse. Mainland Buttersoft separates when heated, leaving oily slicks in your pan and failing to perform like real butter in recipes. And at nearly $6 for a small tub, you're paying a premium for convenience, not for quality or authenticity. But the real cost is environmental. Palm oil production is a leading cause of deforestation, especially in Indonesia and Malaysia. Vast rainforests are cleared to make way for plantations, destroying habitats for endangered species like orangutans, tigers, and elephants. The impact doesn't stop at wildlife. Indigenous communities are often displaced, and the loss of forests accelerates climate change by releasing massive amounts of stored carbon into the atmosphere. Mainland claims to use sustainable palm oil, but even this is controversial. Certification schemes are often criticized for weak enforcement and loopholes, and many environmental groups argue that sustainable palm oil is more marketing than meaningful change. The industry's response has been to promote these certifications, but watchdogs warn that real progress is slow and transparency is lacking. For many, the only truly sustainable choice is to avoid palm oil altogether. If you want spreadable butter without the baggage, just leave real butter out to soften naturally. It's simple, delicious, and free from questionable ingredients. Don't trade taste, texture, or ethics for a soft tub. Your palate and the planet will thank you. Mainland Buttersoft is best left on the shelf until the industry truly cleans up its act. Lurpak's iconic silver packaging and premium price tag, $9.50 for just 250 grams, have long positioned it as the Rolls-Royce of supermarket butter. But how did this Danish brand become synonymous with luxury in Australia? The story goes back to 1901, when Lurpak was first created by a collective of Danish dairy farmers. Over the decades, Lurpak built its reputation on quality and tradition, eventually becoming a staple in European kitchens. When it landed on Australian shelves, it brought with it a legacy of European prestige and a hefty price. But there's a catch. Imported butter, no matter how storied its past, simply isn't as fresh by the time it reaches Australia. The long journey across continents means weeks, sometimes months, in transit and storage. By the time Lurpak hits Aussie shelves, its once vibrant flavor has faded. The creamy notes and delicate tang that made it famous in Denmark are dulled by distance and time. Local butters, on the other hand, taste brighter, fresher, and creamier. The difference is clear in side-by-side tastings. Distance dulls Lurpak's quality, while Australian butters shine. So why do so many Aussies still reach for Lurpak? The answer lies in clever marketing. Lurpak's campaigns have always focused on sophistication, exclusivity, and European heritage. From glossy magazine ads to elegant in-store displays, the brand sells an image of indulgence, one that's more about perception than actual taste. For the same price, you can buy premium, award-winning Australian butter, made fresh, supporting local farmers, and bursting with flavor. Lurpak isn't a bad butter, but in Australia, it's overpriced and underwhelming. The luxury you're paying for is mostly in the story, not the substance. Don't be seduced by European packaging and clever branding. The real value is in what's inside. and how fresh it is. Support local producers for better flavor, better value, and a stronger Australian dairy industry. Save your money for real quality, not a long-haul import with a fancy label. In the end, the so-called luxury of Lurpak is mostly in the marketing. Don't fall for the myth. Choose fresh, local, and truly delicious butter instead. Devondale is a household name in Australia, known for its dairy products and trusted by families for generations. But when it comes to their so-called deceptive duo, the spreadable and the block butter, the differences are more than just skin deep. Let's break it down. The block butter is what you'd expect. Pure cream, churned into a rich, natural butter with a short, simple ingredient list. But the spreadable? It's a blend, part real butter, part vegetable oil, with added flavors, emulsifiers, and preservatives. Despite the extra processing and cheaper ingredients, the spreadable is only about 40 cents less than the pure block butter. That's a tiny saving for a big compromise. Many shoppers reach for the tub, thinking it's just as good. Maybe even better, because it's easier to spread. But what most don't realize is that convenience comes at the cost of quality and purity. Food experts warn that vegetable oils and additives can alter both the taste and the health profile of your butter. Pure butter is rich in natural fats and flavor, while blends can introduce trans fats and artificial ingredients you might not want in your diet. The labeling doesn't make it obvious either. Spreadable sounds harmless, but the fine print reveals a very different product. This subtle marketing can erode trust in the brand, especially for those who value real, wholesome ingredients. For just a few extra coins, you get pure, natural butter, better taste, better texture, and better results in your cooking and baking. Chefs and home cooks alike agree. Nothing beats the real thing. Don't fall for the spreadable trap. The convenience isn't worth the compromise. Pay the small premium for the real deal. Your wallet won't notice, but your taste buds will. Your cooking and baking will be far better for it, with richer flavors and more reliable results. Stick to the block. Skip the tub, and don't let Devondale's deceptive duo fool you. Choose real butter for real results. Woolworths Essentials butter is one of the cheapest options you'll find in the dairy aisle, and for many shoppers, that low price tag, often hovering around $4.80 for a 500-gram block, seems too good to pass up. But what's the real cost of saving a few dollars? Woolworths uses aggressive pricing strategies to lure budget-conscious shoppers, but the savings come from cutting corners. The cream used in Essentials butter is sourced from various suppliers, often based on what's cheapest at the time, which means the fat content and quality can swing wildly from batch to batch. If you check the ingredient breakdown, you'll see it's mostly cream and water, with minimal attention to the quality of the dairy. Some batches are noticeably higher in water, which can leave the butter looking pale and feeling greasy or watery, instead of rich and creamy. This inconsistency is a nightmare for bakers and cooks. The unpredictable fat-to-water ratio can ruin pastries, make cookies spread too much, or cause sauces to split. When you're following a recipe, you want your ingredients to behave the same way every time. Customer reviews echo these frustrations. Many complain about the bland, almost flavorless taste, and some even mention a strange aftertaste. One reviewer wrote, "It's fine for toast, but I wouldn't use it for baking again. My cake turned out dense and oily." In blind taste tests, Essentials butter consistently ranks at the bottom, missing the creamy, rich notes that make butter a star ingredient. The difference is obvious when you compare it side by side with a premium brand. While it's tempting to grab the cheapest option, the gamble isn't worth it if you care about the outcome of your recipes. Spending just a little more can mean the difference between a soggy disaster and a golden, flaky pastry. If you want peace of mind, choose a mid-range brand. You'll get consistent results, better flavor, and fewer baking mishaps. In the end, consistency and quality are worth the extra cents. Don't let a bargain butter ruin your next meal. Choose wisely and your taste buds will thank you. At first glance, Western Star's Chef's Choice butter stands out on the shelf with its gleaming gold wrapper and premium price tag. But behind this luxurious facade lies a carefully crafted marketing illusion, one that's been engineered to catch your eye and convince you you're buying something truly special. The packaging and price suggest top-tier quality, but a closer look at the ingredient list tells a different story. Added flavor and beta-carotene are right there on the label. Ingredients you'd never find in a truly premium natural butter. Real butter gets its rich taste and golden color from high-quality cream and traditional churning methods, not from artificial additives or shortcuts. Beta-carotene is simply a coloring agent, used to mimic the deep yellow hue of butter made from grass-fed cows. It's a shortcut, not a sign of quality, and when you see added flavor on the label, it's a red flag. It means the base cream isn't good enough to stand on its own. This product is all about appearances, glossy wrappers, clever branding, and a name that suggests culinary excellence. But when it comes to substance, it falls flat. Don't be fooled by the chef's choice name or the fancy packaging. Many shoppers have been lured in only to be disappointed by the taste and texture. We spoke to several professional chefs about this butter. Chef Lisa Tran, a pastry expert, told us, "When I tried Chef's Choice, I immediately noticed the artificial notes. Real butter should taste clean and creamy, not manufactured." Chef Marco Rossi added, "I'd never use a butter with added flavor in my kitchen. It just doesn't perform the same way in recipes." And then there's the price. At $8.50 a block, you're paying a premium for marketing, not for quality ingredients or craftsmanship. In our own product testing, Chef's Choice consistently ranked below Western Star's regular block and true grass-fed butters in both taste and texture. The gold-wrapped imposter just couldn't compete. If you want real flavor and nutrition, skip the marketing gimmicks. Choose Western Star's regular block or a genuine grass-fed butter instead. Don't let the Chef's Choice con fool you. Demand the real thing for your table. Coles Spreadable. Butter blend is a classic supermarket trick. It sits next to real butter, in a tub that looks the part, but nearly half is cheap vegetable oil. The label hides the truth. 45% canola and vegetable oils, not pure dairy. Priced at $5.50, you're paying for convenience, not quality. The profit margin is huge for the supermarket, but you lose out on taste and performance. Don't be fooled by placement or packaging. If you want soft butter, just leave a real block out for an hour. You get 100% butter, better flavor, and superior results. Don't pay premium prices for a diluted blend. A little planning beats the convenience trap every time. Demand the real thing. The supply chain of Coles Spreadable Butter Blend reveals a lot about its true nature. Unlike pure butter, which comes directly from dairy farms, this blend involves multiple stages of processing. Experts point out that the addition of vegetable oils compromises the nutritional value and taste. Consumer behavior studies show that many shoppers are misled by the packaging and placement. Nutritionists recommend sticking to real butter for its natural fats and better health benefits. Real butter not only tastes better but also performs better in cooking and baking. So next time you're at the supermarket, make the informed choice. Your taste buds and health will thank you. Aldi's Butterfully butter is a budget favorite for many Aussies, but there's a lot more going on beneath that shiny wrapper than meets the eye. Let's dig into what really makes this butter so cheap, and why you might want to think twice before tossing it in your trolley. Aldi keeps costs down by sourcing ingredients from large-scale industrial dairies, often prioritizing volume over quality. The result? Butter that's pushed to the legal limit for water content. Up to 20% of every block is just water, not creamy dairy fat. When you melt Aldi's butter, you'll notice a watery puddle forming alongside the fat. In fact, a fifth of what you paid for is simply water, not the rich golden goodness you expect from real butter. This high water content spells disaster in the kitchen. Pastries turn limp and soggy, flavors are muted, and frying becomes a splattering mess. Bakers and home cooks alike have reported disappointing results, especially when compared to richer, higher-fat butters. In blind taste tests, Aldi's butter consistently ranks lower for flavor and mouthfeel. Testers describe it as bland, watery, and lacking the creamy depth found in premium brands. Even if you're saving a few cents, you're not getting the value you think. Market comparisons show that for just a few cents more, you can buy butter with higher fat content and far better performance in both taste and texture. The difference is clear when you look at the numbers, and even clearer when you taste the results. Don't be fooled by the price tag. Aldi's butter may look like a bargain, But when you factor in the water content and lackluster results, it's not the deal it seems. Quality matters, especially in baking. Professional chefs and bakers always opt for higher fat butters to ensure flaky pastries, rich sauces, and golden, delicious results. Pay a little extra for real butter, and your food will thank you. The difference in taste, texture, and satisfaction is worth every cent. Aldi's Butterfully may be cheap, but it's not cheerful in the kitchen. When it comes to butter, you truly get what you pay for. So choose wisely, and don't let watered-down wonders ruin your next meal. When it comes to butter, the most powerful tool you have is knowledge, right there in your hands on the label. Don't be fooled by words like soft, spreadable, blend, or buttery. These are marketing terms designed to make you think you're getting real butter, but they often mean the product is diluted with vegetable oils, water, and additives. Here's how to decode the label. Flip the package over and look at the ingredients list. If you see anything other than cream and maybe salt, you're not holding pure butter. Watch out for oils, emulsifiers, artificial flavors, and preservatives. These are red flags. Real butter is simple. The best butters have just 2 ingredients: cream and salt if it's salted. That's it. No hidden extras, no complicated names. If you spot oils, emulsifiers, or anything you can't pronounce, put it back. These additives are there to cut costs, not to improve quality or taste. Support local Australian butter brands. Not only are you getting fresher, higher quality butter, but you're also supporting local farmers and producers who take pride in their craft. Don't fall for marketing tricks or pay extra for watered-down blends. Often real butter is just as affordable or even cheaper than the so-called spreads. Take a moment to check the ingredients every time you shop. You'll save money, elevate your cooking, and enjoy the rich, authentic taste of real butter in every bite. Reclaim your kitchen, one label at a time.